Bagfuel, baby.
What do you think about the negative narrative that comes within the urban community when it comes to, like, you know, every TV show is fighting and drinks being thrown and
chicks need the bag.
And then when it comes to music, it's always, you know, this person hitting against this person trying to take this person down. But it's not like that in other ethnicities.
That's a psyop, man. Again, if a psyop is a psychological operation, right? Like the CIA will go to a place in a foreign city, they'll take control of that media to spread an idea. You know what I'm saying? They want to break the people up. Now we run a psyop on ourselves because we just chase money. So you get like a Zeus TV. He know this shit is psychologically damaging, it's bad for the culture, but he making money. So what he gonna say, fuck it. And then when rappers do stuff that we don't agree with, what do we justify with? Well, he getting the bag. You know what I mean? We sold out our own culture for money, right? We don't care. As long as we get money, we justify it. That makes it a prostitute culture because a woman can justify selling her body as long as she getting paid.
And she do, and we starving, but we already said we starving. It's like breaking it's like breaking into the cars because what they gonna do, they gotta survive. It's the same premise.
That's the whole Liar Cohen type of mentality to where he say, what did he say? He say Run DMC and them was aspirational. It made people want to become more and do more and things of that nature. But he said, man, we didn't want to sell that. You feel me? We wanted to find something easier to sell that they can replicate. It was easier to sell violence and low-hanging things. You feel me? So he said, man, I'd rather get behind niggas who sell drugs, niggas talking about killing each other, niggas who gangbang, street shit. Like, I'd rather do that because that's like selling fast food. Why would I focus on selling something that's good for you when I can make more money setting up all these McDonald's and flipping these burgers? So right now, we got a lot of like junk food. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we consume content. Our music is junk. It's just fast consumption. Go out there and make me a quick buck. I don't care if it's nutritional. I don't care if it's good for you. I don't care if it make you think low at all. I'm not trying to design a world that's aspirational. And then the ones who do it get made fun of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got this reverse thing to where we don't want you to become too influential and make somebody think positive. So now I'm gonna make fun of you so it disconnects you from the audience to not take you serious.
How do we fight against social credit score? To give you an example, right? They got reverse ATMs. I don't know if you're familiar with that, where instead of using money, you got to put the money in to use the card.
Yeah.
Now going forward, now a person like, let's use you for an example, DJ Clue. You can influence the world with the music you play. But every time you go to California or Miami, you're able to shape the whole country. So we can never stop you because you're rich. So we're gonna penalize you with your social credit score and you can never go to LA. You can't book a flight. The car's gonna stop. You can't go to Miami. And that's coming because we're all too powerful. Like, how do we stop that? Because it's coming.
There's only one solution to all these things, and it's opting out. All right, so look, if you're on Twitter and Elon Musk owns Twitter and you don't like Elon Musk, you can't beat him on Twitter. The only thing you can do is go off his platform on your own and then have a conversation where you control. When China, look at China. China give you the best model. China the one who got the social credit system, right?
Yep.
But anytime America does something to China, they create their own system to compete with the American system that they can't control. If Black America thought as a nation, right? And we was like, well, they did that to us. They don't give us access. Then we'll just create our own. We act like it's impossible to do when these things,
it's not.
If you take the NAACP, right? They give out these image awards. But the image for what? The image award don't mean it's positive. It don't mean it's productive. It don't mean it's good culture. It don't mean it's valuable. You can be the most low-level nigga as long as you popular. I'm gonna give you an image award. You know what I'm saying? It's the nigga association of color people because they also have money, but what do they do with that money? And they can't because they're not an organization that control themselves. There's some good that come out of it. There's some good people.
They used to.
But they don't, when you look throughout history, we don't even respect or represent enough ancestors to operate the right way. Meaning that Huey P. Newton, he was one of the most progressive leaders that we had. He had the blueprint, set up programs, right? Do it based on community, have self-defense structures, educate ourselves, feed ourselves, right? Have health programs ourselves, get politically educated, right? Like he had financial literacy programs. He had the model. But he's not held up like a Martin Luther King. Right? We take one person.
He was more radical.
Exactly, but radical just means to get to the root of things. Radical is creating change. If we live in a system, Elon Musk a radical, Donald Trump a radical, the MAGA party a radical.
In the white man,
but you know what they control,
in the white man country.
Yeah, but
they control politics and they control the money.
They white in the white man country
and they control the narrative of the media. They really systematically control
we media
all
now.
And
so
they
why
stick
don't we just
together.
control our own narrative?
19. We can strip all this shit down, right? I'm gonna keep it real. Our people don't stick together. You look at the Chinese, they stick together. You look at the Russians, you look at the Jews, you look at the Italian, Spanish. That's why they're winning. We don't stick together. That's the bare basis of the whole shit. We don't trust each other. We don't stick together. We don't ride out with each other. We're gonna sell you out because we at the bottom and we trying to get up. It's everybody's same excuse. Our race, we don't want to sacrifice. The white man is saying, I'm gonna buy that building for my great-great-great-grandson. He's gonna house niggas in that building when I'm dead and I'm proud of it. Our black people,
even though he'll never get to see it.
Our black people, we're selling our publishing. We don't care about our future. We're selling the publishing. Come buy it. I want my $50 million right now. Why? I want to go buy me some cars. You're gonna sell it for $50 million, and they're taking 30 in taxes. They're taking 30 off the rock off. So you're selling everything, your whole family shit for $20 million. How the hell we gonna get ahead when Cube comes and says we need to focus on money? Because these people don't get money. They don't understand that DJ Clear, I'm gonna use my man as my best friend. He gets a different respect. Niggas know he about his bread. He don't need nobody bread. He invested into restaurants. When he walks in with the other color, he looks different to the other color, although he's hip hop. He's coming with that bag. Mm-hmm. And if we focus on our bag, when I come in there, I'm of a different stature. They look at me differently. Mr. Parker, come in. I'm cool. I'm a ghetto nigga. I'm from South Jamaica, Queens too. We don't focus on getting our bag and try to level up. We don't focus on our money. We focus on creation too much, in my mind.
I think that I agree with you to a certain extent.
Okay.
The thing that we got to get before money is we got to get right with God, in that sense that we don't have value. So when we get money, it's about what we do with it. We got enough money. Everybody got some money they can circulate, throw in a pot. But we don't have a code of ethics and values that we agree on. That would make us the same people, right? The Italians, they have the same ethics. The Jews, they have the same ethics. You feel me? The Britons, the whatever other white people you want to name inside that group, they agree on these ideas. So when they get money, they know what to do with it. These are smaller groups than us, right? Collectively,
Smaller, yes.
we have trillions of dollars. So when I was in Japan, I learned about the Bushido, which is this period of time where they took their greatest shoguns, samurai warriors, and they took the lessons from those over like a 200-year period, right? And then that became the core basis of what their culture was built off of.
The samurais. Yeah.
During that time, though, and this is where they learned the art of war and the art of peace. You know what I'm saying? But during that time, they had to go through some economic stagnation because you have to think, if they just focus on money, you just become like your enemy, which means it's competition. So then we just competing with each other. The problem is we too much about money, right? Instead of the other things, they think about group thinking. I can't do nothing that's about to shame my family and how we look. I don't want to make you a Japanese man, I don't want to make Japan look bad by doing some dumb shit. People don't mind making Black America look bad.
Don't care.
Because we don't have group thinking, we have individual thinking. So at the core, how do you do that? They did it through media, right? One of them anyway, media, government, policing, everything. They took that Bushido, right? These ideas, and they implemented it in every aspect of their life. So imagine if these ideas around economic freedom and liberation and family and truth, and we say for the next 20 years, right? Those going to be the main concepts that we push in hip hop. So whether you're a young kid growing up in it, that's all you hear growing up. You forced it, when you go watch a cartoon, that's all you see in that. So that's what you think is normal. When you go to church, that's all they talking about. You feel me?
The Bushido.
The Bushido, and they don't have to say Bushido. What they do is they take those values, like you watch an anime, and they build it based on that. The way they treat each other, the way they respond to each other, the way they respect each other. right? Even the police, their job is to uphold that. So they've been able to use a culture like this technology that keeps them advancing no matter what's happening in the world. When you go out there, it's clean as hell, right? Why is it so clean? Because they teach cleanliness and the wisdom of cleanliness in schools, right? They say, well, listen, you're supposed to clean during the day and you tidy at night. Then they give you a breakdown why, because it helps declutter the mind, right? So now you got all these reasons why. You're not just telling people to do it. There's a philosophy behind everything. So when they're doing things, they're not just doing it for the sake of, they understand the philosophy and the meaning, and it's over embedded in everything they do subconsciously, right? So now, man, the daughter respects the father a certain way. The brother protects the sister a certain way. The mother treats the brother a certain way, the son a certain way, and the father a certain way. So there's dynamics in that respect. So when you acting out of that, the other family looking at y'all, wow, like, what the fuck y'all doing? That ain't culture, right? Now our culture is decentralized in the sense that we don't have the same code. Some cats in the street thinking snitching okay, some think snitching not okay. You know what I'm saying? There's no code.
The more wild than you do, the more respect you get nowadays.
But think about it, in Japan, your social status is based on your grades, right? But in our culture, especially in high school, you got the Jordans first. If you got good grades, they're like, oh, that's the, he ain't,
Are we
he ain't
gonna
a
stay
lot.
fly?
Huh?
Are we gonna stay
We
fly?
gotta
It's a
expand
value
the
system.
idea
Thank
of
you.
what culture is. I was talking to some black scientists. I had them on the show.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about this black brotherhood of black physicists, and this other sister was telling me about all these black scientists doing stuff. And I'm like, we don't even consider that culture.
No.
If you go, if
The
you
only
go
person
to a,
we know is Neil.
you know what I'm saying?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right.
That's
and
about
that,
it.
That makes it
We
an
don't even
outlier,
consider
which
that
means
culture.
that's
It's
Neil's
not-
brand,
yeah,
not
yeah.
ours.
It's
But if
not
you go
ours.
see
Yep.
a math contest or a chess tournament, it's a bunch of Asian kids, you be like, oh, that's their culture. That's what they do. You feel me? So you have to expand the idea of what culture is, because the best of us don't represent us.
But
The most popular ones represent us, and if you can get attention to become popular and then get paid, then what are you really representing?
But I think it's also what's the driving factor of each culture. And it can be poisonous. I'll give you an example. I told Esso this. They made me repeat a class that I passed already, but they needed to fill a seat. So I would just come in there. I already got a 98 in it. So when the Scantron test came, I didn't need to take it. So I filled it out before I even got the booklet. And I handed it in to the teacher. Now, everybody knows the Asians always want to be first. They had a fucking titty attack. Like, what did he get? I never told him what I got because it didn't matter. And instead of saying, hey, I'm getting the best grade, it pissed them off that a black dude finished first. It'd be no different than a black person seeing an Asian dude getting fly. They're like, why he getting all the Jordans and not me? It could be poisonous what your ambition is, as opposed to what
But look
society
at what
is.
we offended by and what we protect. Like,
That's true.
You mad that he flyer than you. You ain't mad that he's smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they gonna protect the fact that I'm not about to let no black dude beat me. They supposed to be like that.
They supposed to.
If we was competitive like
Yeah,
that,
it would be a
problem.
different thing.
But we make fun of that.
Yeah, we do.
Every movie makes fun of a smart black dude, a conscious black dude.